Hi everyone! Today we are going to explain the basic chemistry and environmental impact of plastics with the most common example of synthetic plastics, polyethylene. And we are going to see how that is closely connected with transport and fashion industry. Okay, so first let's think. Can we live without plastic? What would happen if you stop using plastics? Well, nowadays it is impossible to avoid it, and our lives would have to change dramatically if we decided not to use it anymore. The textile industry, like every other industry, isn't devoid of plastics. As the factories need to make sure that their products come to the destinations in mint condition, clothes, mainly shirts, trousers, t-shirts, and so on, usually are wrapped in plastic packaging. Also, the clothes that are transported while hanging are also wrapped in plastics, like dresses, coats, and others. Furthermore, textiles that come to the factories as a raw material are often wrapped around the plastic cylindrical cone, and it is known that 342 million barrels of petroleum is used to produce plastics for the fashion industry, for packaging and material production, which is 1.35% of global oil consumption. But why is everything wrapped in plastics nowadays? Why not textile, paper, or something else? Well, that is because plastic is a good material, as it is easy to produce and form. It is also cheap, light, and very durable. All those things are perfect for logistics and transport. But plastics, when improperly discarded, causes huge environmental damage. What exactly is in plastics? What's the chemistry around it? Let's talk about that for a little bit. So, plastic is a group of synthetic and naturally occurring materials that can be easy to shape when softened and then hardened to retain the shape. Plastics are polymers, meaning that they are made from many repeating units. There are many types of synthetic plastics, like polyethylene, polystyrene, polypropylene, and many others. The types of plastic materials that are softened under elevated temperature and then hardened on lower temperature are called thermoplastics. One example of thermoplastics commonly used in packaging is PE. PE is also most widely used plastic in the world. PE is a hydrocarbon, that means it is made of hydrogen and carbon atoms, with the formula C2H4 times N, where C2H4 is 1 unit and it is repeated N number of times. The structure of polyethylene looks something like this. And how is PE synthesized? Well, PE is created from ethene gas under specialized conditions such as high pressure or addition of catalyzers. The process of synthesis is called addition polymerization, meaning that 1 unit per time is added to the end of growing chain. The first step in the process is called initiation, and it involves the breaking of double bond between two carbon atoms in the ethene molecule. That is achieved by the free radical molecule, and the result is the new free radical molecule. Free radicals are the molecular species with the unpaired free electron that makes them highly reactive and capable of tearing chemical bonds in molecules. The new radical can break the double bond of 2 units of Pe in the process called propagation. The last step is termination, in which 2 radicals come into contact and stop the reaction. The final product is usually Pe pellets that are shipped in raw material to various factories. Although Pe is a wonderful material, it has a huge drawback. And that is that Pe is remarkably resistant to degradation in nature. The process of degrading of Pe takes a combination of factors that can be divided into abiotic and biotic factors. Abiotic factors include things like temperature and UV light, while biotic factors include microorganisms that can use Pe as carbon, as source of carbon, of course. And although degradation is possible, it takes a long time for Pe to fully degrade, and in that period of time, Pe products can cause a lot of, and I mean a lot of, your environmental damage. And now, after learning all this, are you at all inspired to try and reduce your use of plastics? Try and think of some ways you can do that. And also, be very aware of how you dispose plastic. As you know, it can linger in nature for a long time and thus create a huge environmental damage for our planet. Don't just throw it away. Recycle. And that was it for today. Thank you and do widzenia!